All right, viewers, the NCP versus Narcotics Control Bureau war refuses to die down with one claim versus a counter-claim. The latest NCB director, Sameer Wankhede, has now countered NCP's allegation over trying to extort money. NCP leader Nawab Malik released some pictures of Yasmin Wankhede, sister of Sameer Wankhede, holidaying in Maldives. Hitting out at NCB zonal head, Nawab Malik claimed that during the pandemic, Wankhede and his family were holidaying in Maldives when the entire film industry was also there. Malik asked Wankhede to clarify if he was in Dubai or not.
एक क्वेरी था, उसके बारे में पूछना था। वो जो नवाब मलिक ने एलिगेशन किया है कि आप मालदीव्स में थे और उस वक्त कुछ बॉलीवुड स्टार्स भी वहां पर थे, तो ही मेड लेवल सम एलिगेशन दैट कि वहां पर कुछ एक्सटॉर्शन रिलेटेड एक्टिविटीज वगैरह होती थी। तो उस पर आपका क्या कहना है?
मेरा यही कहना है कि जो हमारे माननीय मंत्री साहब है, ये पूरा गलत बात बोल रहे हैं। इट इज एन एब्सोल्युटली लाई। Maldives, मेरे बच्चों के साथ में वेकेशन, आई हैव टेकन प्रॉपर परमिशन फ्रॉम द कॉम्पिटेंट अथॉरिटी। आई डिड नॉट मीट एनीबॉडी और मुझे ज्यादा कोई क्लैरिफिकेशन देना नहीं है। ऐसी जो घटिया आरोप जो लग रहे हैं उसको मुझे कोई क्लैरिफिकेशन नहीं देना है। मैं माननीय न्यायालय के सामने जो मुझे प्रस्तुत करना मैं करूंगा। मेरे कंटिन्यू फैमिली पे अटैक किया जा रहा है, मेरी सिस्टर पे अटैक किया जा रहा है, मेरे फादर पे अटैक किया जा रहा है। सिर्फ सच्चाई के लिए लड़ने के लिए और एंटी ड्रग एक्टिविटी के लिए वी विल टेक अप्रोप्रिएट एक्शन। अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट और भी काफी गलत एलिगेशन लग रहे हैं हमारे माननीय मंत्री की तरफ से। बट एनीवे वी विल टेक लीगल कोर्स। हमारे अभी भी जुडिशरी है, जस्टिस सिस्टम है, हम हेल्प लेंगे उनका।
That exclusive telephone conversation with Sameer Wankhede. Let's quickly shift focus now to the latest development. Just about 40 minutes ago, the questioning of Ananya Pandey ended by the Narcotics Control Bureau. It was held by Sameer Wankhede himself. But word is now in that Ananya Pandey, in all probability, will be questioned again tomorrow, 11 a.m. Ananya was questioned about Aryan and his drug consumption. She was being interrogated by the NCB zonal director Sameer Wankhede on whether she herself has consumed drugs or not, what kind of drugs were consumed and where did these drugs come from. The NCB earlier raided actor Ananya Pandey's house in Mumbai's Khar West and seized her mobile phone, laptop and other electronic devices for forensic examination. Ananya's name came under the scanner after NCB officials found her alleged drug chats on her friend Aryan's phone. Both have been clicked several times together. Ananya is the daughter of Bollywood actor Panday, who accompanied her to NCB office. He is seeking legal counsel to represent Ananya to reply NCB summons. Sources further tell India Today Ananya has told her team not to commit to any shoot as she could be summoned again. Meanwhile, NCB teams have been carrying out raids at multiple locations in connection with the drug bust case. I want to immediately cut across to my colleague Devesh, who's joining me live for more. Devesh, in all probabilities, Ananya Pandey will be called in 11 a.m. tomorrow. But what was her interrogation, which lasted close to about 3 hours?
Yes, Preeti, today Ananya Pandey was questioned for around 3 hours, but the questioning couldn't be completed, and that is why she has been summoned again. She has been asked to appear at 11 a.m. tomorrow at the Narcotics Control Bureau office in Mumbai. Her mobile phone, her laptop, both have been seized, and dump data will be recovered from this mobile phone and laptop. This will be done overnight by a team of experts hired by the Narcotics Control Bureau, and this will further help NCB, further help the agency in questioning of Ananya Pandey. Remember, she has been summoned now due to the chats that have been recovered from Aryan Khan's phone, the WhatsApp chats where alleged conversation regarding drugs, procurement of drugs, consumption of drugs had happened. This was also shown to the NDPS court judge, who rejected bail of Aryan Khan. After that, Ananya Pandey's residence, NCB officials searched the residence, seized the mobile phone and laptop. Then summons were issued. She was called at 2 p.m. but she arrived a bit late after that, after which she was questioned for around 3 hours. approximately, and now she's been summoned again. It will depend on what kind of chats are retrieved from her mobile phone, from her laptop. If there is some suspicious, if there are some suspicious chats that are found over her phone or some communication regarding drugs on her laptop, then she could be questioned further. She could be grilled further for that. As of now, it remains that she's being questioned regarding the chats that she's had with Aryan Khan, and she'll be grilled again for the same. Preeti?
All right, Devesh, appreciate you joining us. We're going to keep a keen eye on developments. There might be other players also where the chats are concerned that might also be summoned. We're going to keep getting the latest information for our viewers. I want to now cut across to some fabulous and, yes, a landmark moment, a watershed moment for India. We marked, viewers, today 1 billion COVID vaccines which have been given to Indians.
Right now, 100 crore vaccination doses, 1 billion doses in the country has been administered. Huge moment for India. 21st October, a date we will remember in our vaccination journey, in our fight against coronavirus.
Moving mountains in the most inhospitable terrains, ensuring no Indian is left behind. India's finally crossed the landmark 1 billion COVID vaccine doses in a little over 9 months from when the first dose was administered in January. With Prime Minister Narendra Modi and state governments leading from the front, the vaccine milestone is a feat unparalleled in modern medical history.
100 साल में आई सबसे बड़ी महामारी का मुकाबला करने के लिए देश के पास अब 100 करोड़ वैक्सीन डोज का मजबूत सुरक्षा कवच है.
The 100 crore doses are a turning point in India's mega pandemic fight, a shining light just ahead of India's biggest festival, Diwali. Protecting 75% of India's population with the first dose. The mammoth task saw dedication from healthcare and frontline workers who sacrificed family time to ensure the jab of life is delivered to even the last person in the queue. But challenges still remain. Nearly 70% of adult population needs to be fully jabbed.
The first dose coverage is touching, almost 80%. It will be touching 80% in a few days or so. But how big is the concern that as far as the two-dose coverage is there, is just about 30%?
The immunization is not complete till both the doses have been given. With one dose, we reach a certain level of immunity. It is the second dose which exponentially raises the immunity level to the maximum possible immunity that the vaccine can give. So it is a half task done. About 10 crore individuals are due for their second dose as of now, roughly about 10 crore. And they should have received the second dose by now.
Children below 18, who make for 40% of the population, are yet to get vaccines. Zydus Cadila Zykov D and Bharat Biotech's Covaxin are, however, ready to be rolled out now for kids.
Curbing vaccine hesitancy remains a very big challenge. But as a lot of people who took their first dose this summer will move forward to take their second jab, the narrowing of gap will take place, and this is what the government is expecting. And an aggressive campaign to make sure they urge people to take the second jab will be undertaken going forward by the Health Ministry as well. And that will help inoculate many by the end of December. That remains a bigger target for the government. With Sanjay Kumar in New Delhi, this is Milan Sharma reporting for India Today.
All right, so two people have also made it possible. Let's quickly listen in to Bharat Biotech's MD and chairperson, Krishna Ayala, and the CEO of the Serum Institute, Adar Poonawala.
Dr. Ella, despite giving all sorts of data to the WHO, there's still been an inordinate delay in giving Covaxin that required approval. And even as we speak, there's a meeting that's going to come up. But I want to know from you, is there hope that this time will be the time that Indians who have trusted a safe vaccine like Covaxin and all the data that you've already submitted to WHO, this time will be the time that we'll get that approval for international travel and acceptance?
I mean, I just want to say, Milan, very clearly, we have 6 vaccines approved by WHO already. The company knows the regulatory system, what is the expectation by the regulatory agencies. We are familiar with it, okay? And I think we are giving all the information to WHO, whatever they require. But I should not be commenting on the regulatory process or the systems, because that is not my job. My job is to produce that, give the data to them. It is their decision to make, not us.
Of course, when we talk of vaccinating everyone and reaching the 100 crore mark, everybody is waiting for the children's vaccine as well. And the recent approval that has been recommended by the SEC panel has gone through. How soon will we look at the only vaccine in India that has gone through trials on children as little as 2 years till 18 years? How soon can we see a children's vaccine?
No, I'm proud to say that at least I think we're the first vaccine in the world from 2 years onwards. It has gone and clinical trial that is done. And I think we know that it's a world platform technology. So we know that it will work in children also. That is what we did, a clinical trial shown to the regulatory agency. Safety and immunogenicity were shown to them. And we produced all the data. But whether it is to be, how fast it's going to be implemented to children, I think NCP committee has to take a decision. Government of India has to take a decision. And once they give a decision, and there's a private pediatricians are waiting for this vaccine also. So it's the government has to tell us what is the road map for us.
Congratulations to you in many ways, because for India to reach this milestone, Serum has played a major part. More than 85% of the doses have been given through Serum Institute. Did you think when you started off about 12 months ago that you would reach this milestone?
Yeah, thank you. But, you know, I never dreamt that we would reach this milestone so fast. We have played a major role, but if it wasn't for the healthcare workers and Prime Minister Modi ji's leadership to get everything together, and the ministries and the government agencies who have helped us with permissions and licenses, all of this was unimaginable, a year ago or a year and a half ago when the pandemic started. And, the credit goes to everybody and our leader, of course, the PM for this. And, now we're in a very comfortable situation, especially when you look at the fact that in the second wave, when it hit us, there was a bit of a shortage, which then we also scaled up, and so many other Indian vaccine manufacturers have also scaled up. And today we're in a very comfortable position.
And viewers, to mark this stunning achievement, let's take you across on how India is celebrating, marking the 1 billion dose mark. Monuments across the country lit up in the tricolour. What you see on your television screen is the Taj Mahal looking stunning there as India marks the 1 billion mark, pretty much creating history. And there you have it, the Taj Mahal in all its splendid glory, lit up with the tricolour there. With these shots, I'm going to go into a quick break. When we return, we get you the fact check segment. Welcome back. You're watching a fact check segment where we bust certain claims masquerading to be facts on social media platforms and WhatsApp groups. There's a claim suggesting Andaman and Nicobar Islands have been named after Subhash Chandra Bose. The fact to that, the government renamed Ross Island after Netaji in 2018. Nothing to do with the Andaman Nicobar Islands. They remain the same. With that fact check, time for us to slip into a break. But you do stay tuned, because on the other side is To The Point.